Now on CoastTV News.
A big boost for a small project. How new grant funding could bring affordable tiny homes to Georgetown. Cold nights on the way, and Code Purple shelters say they're short on volunteers. The location's asking for help. And a new light now live. The Route 9 signal is meant to improve safety, but locals have mixed reactions.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
A new peace proposal by President Trump for Ukraine. Good Friday evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Christina T. Robertus. It's our top story tonight. The president saying he wants an answer from Ukrainian President Zelensky by Thanksgiving. And as NBC's Keir Simmons reports, Zelensky recently saying the country is facing one of the most difficult moments in its history.
Ukraine tonight under more pressure from Russia's unrelenting onslaught. And now President Zelensky facing President Trump's deadline for an answer on a new U.S. peace proposal by Thanksgiving.
We think we have a way of getting peace. He'll have to like it. And if he doesn't like it, then, they should just keep fighting, I guess.
U.S. officials say the 28-point plan gives Ukraine something it's seeking, a U.S.-backed security guarantee based on NATO's Article 5 if Russia were to attack again. But it also asks Ukraine to make major concessions, including ruling out joining NATO, reducing its army, and handing territory to Russia that it has not lost.
They got to give up some land that they have not lost in the war.
They will lose in a short period of time. They're losing land. It's a bloodbath.
Russia, which invaded Ukraine, is asked to concede little. Ukraine's President Zelensky calling it a difficult moment in an emergency address. Now Ukraine may find itself facing a very difficult choice, either loss of dignity or the risk of losing a key partner, he said. Russia's President Putin says he has seen the plan and is ready to resolve issues peacefully, but the Russian leader, who this week appeared in military fatigues, also threatening to achieve his objectives through armed struggle. There's a flurry of diplomacy. Zelensky holding an emergency call with European leaders and a call with Vice President Vance, saying Ukraine views every realistic plan positively.
Back here at home, one Delaware nonprofit is taking a big step toward building new affordable tiny homes. Little Living LLC has received a $350,000 grant from the Longwood Foundation. Leaders saying it will help launch a roughly $5 million project along East Market Street in Georgetown. The group plans to build about 22 rental homes on a 2-acre brownfield site. These homes would be for working people who are earning between $40,000 and $65,000 a year. Tom McElroy with Little Living says the project is for people who just need a little extra help.
It's people who are working, have jobs, it's teachers, it's receptionists, it's store managers, it's service workers, and that's what we're going to try to solve, that middle queue where there's a really lack of housing for people in that salary ranges.
The nonprofit says its demonstration homes on the property, those are not final models, but they will be used once construction moves forward. However, final plans depend on zoning changes, and the Georgetown Council is scheduled to vote on that early next month. Meanwhile, Sussex County's Code Purple programs need some more volunteers. The program offers overnight shelters to men and women in need. It gives them cots from December 1st into March, and organizers say the Seaford, Milford, and Georgetown locations are especially in need of volunteers right now. With the weather getting colder, Code Purple organizers say volunteers would stay overnight and help make a difference.
When people get involved, they're not just sleeping on a cot, they're giving up to 14 people another day. A safe, warm place to be, and it just helps people feel like they have hope for tomorrow.
Organizers say those looking to get involved can visit the Love Inc. of Mid-Delmarva website. The Army Corps is back in the Ocean City Inlet this week, dredging out sand that's been piling up, making the channel shallow near the West Ocean City Harbor entrance. Crews started working yesterday with the dredge called Murden, focusing on priority shoaling spots that boaters say have tightened the route in and out of the harbor. Coast Guard officials say dredging serves numerous purposes.
So the good thing with this is a lot of the times when they dredge, what they call a spoil, what they dredge up, goes to help replenish Assateague Island. So that's always a good thing. keeping the national parks going.
And the Coast Guard says the marked federal channel remains safe, but keeping it maintained now helps avoid emergency issues later. The Corps expects to work into early next week, and boaters are asked to look for buoys and follow channel markers. Now let's look live into Ocean City and turn it over to our first alert meteorologist, Bob Trihey. Bob, how is the weekend looking?
Good evening, Christina. As far as the weekend goes, I think we're looking at a 50-50 deal. The first half being kind of wet. We're seeing a lot of clouds out there right now. Maybe a little bit of drizzle along 113 back through Ocean View, but we're still moistening up the atmosphere. It's getting a little muggier with the clouds, and we are seeing showers back through Baltimore. I think that is hitting the ground west back into West Virginia as we're watching low pressure developing, and then that will slide to our south, and we've got all this rain to our west that will move in overnight. Right now, temperatures haven't moved much. We're looking at lower 50s. That's been the case all evening long. 52 in Georgetown, 51 in Millsboro, and the winds are light. So as we go through the evening, cloudy skies, steady temperatures. Those showers start to pick up in intensity after midnight, and we'll continue to see those showers tomorrow morning, and I think those showers last until early afternoon tomorrow, and then starting to dry out. So out and about in the morning, make sure you have the umbrella. Rain from 6 a.m. till about noon, and then drying out, with the second half of the weekend looking pretty good. Much more in your forecast coming up a little bit later on.
Thank you, Bob. DelDOT has announced it will be implementing road closures in Dewey Beach starting next week. On Monday, Route 1 and Dickinson Avenue will experience temporary lane closures while the department does some utility work. People traveling through the area should expect nighttime road work and some minor delays. Also, the long-awaited traffic change has now arrived to Route 9 near Nassau Commons Boulevard. A new traffic light on Route 9, it turned on this afternoon. DelDOT says the signal was placed there to improve safety and traffic flow. However, some people in the area, they have mixed thoughts on the addition.
Well, it's a busy road. Even without that light, you have a tendency to get backed up.
A lot of people in our community over here are constantly crossing over. We go to Redner's, we take long walks, we access this area over here, so we're really happy about it. Mostly Redner's, I think, but a lot of bikers too, because we have good access to the senior center going this way and then getting on the trails.
This is just the latest of many improvements to the area. That includes repaving, a crosswalk, and some bike lanes. Now to Milford, where Carlisle Lane LLC is hoping to transform this land into a 39 townhouse development off of Truett Avenue in Milford. Now, we spoke with Milford Mayor Todd Culotta about this development planned for the land. He says on Monday night, City Council could vote on this. There also will be a public hearing and likely a decision after to either approve or deny.
This is Maura Cleary, who lives on Truett Avenue, but not for long.
But now that this looks like it's going through, we're definitely getting the house pretty much ready for sale.
She says the 39 townhouses planned for this 4.5 acres of land next to her will change the whole neighborhood feeling, add more crime, and cause current home values to drop.
We don't object to building, we never have. But the fact that they're going to do 39 total units, which ends up being almost 80 people, if not between 80 and 120 people, cars on this very quiet street, is highly objectionable.
Previously, the landowner told CoastTV that the current plan calls for 8 units per acre, which is less dense than the city's 12 units per acre zoning allowance. Still, neighbors like Violet Sorden say this development will ruin their quiet street.
The traffic, for one thing, is my biggest concern, and just parking is another big concern. My understanding, they're not going to have a whole lot of parking.
According to documents from the landowner, each townhouse would have 1 driveway parking space and 1 garage space and would cost around $300,000. We spoke with Milford Mayor Todd Culotta. He says he's hopeful that this development gets approved Monday night, saying it will be good for the city of Milford. Culotta says the townhomes are a good price point for working professionals and people looking to buy their first homes here. And Culotta says if the development is approved, he doesn't think traffic will be an issue. Whether it stays as open space or becomes something new, the fate of this field rests with the upcoming vote.
That was Emma Aiken reporting, and it is important to note here, back in August, the Milford Planning Commission voted to recommend that the city deny the development. Mayor Todd Culotta says because of that, Monday's decision will need a supermajority to pass. That means 6 out of 8 council members have to say yes. That city council meeting is Monday at 6 p.m. The Blood Bank of Delmarva is asking the community to give back this Thanksgiving. Donations always tend to drop during the holidays, and in 2024, Thanksgiving week donations fell about 35%. Staff say that pattern is starting to repeat itself this year. Right now, the blood bank has a 4-day supply instead of the recommended 7-day, and several vital types, including type O, are down to a 3-day supply. With EMS in all 3 counties carrying whole blood, also Delaware State Police aviation units, they're now equipped too. The blood bank says the need is growing and donations are slowing down.
There's a lot of need for blood all the time. It's a need that never goes away, and you never know. It could be a family member of yours, it could be a community member of yours, it could be a total stranger that needs blood or a blood product. So this is a great way to continue to give back, give into that Thanksgiving spirit, that holiday spirit of giving.
November 23rd until November 30th, anyone who donates will receive a free Lifesaver t-shirt as a thank you for supporting the community. And in preparation for Thanksgiving next week, the Food Bank of Delaware held a drive-through distribution this morning in Georgetown. Lots of long lines of cars filling the parking lot at Crossroad Community Church. Fruit, turkeys, and more were loaded into cars, and the food bank says that 1 in 8 Delawareans are food insecure. It is that time of year for the Bless Our Children campaign. If you don't already know, every year CoastTV works to make the holidays brighter for kids here on Delmarva, and the money you give, it goes to local charities. They buy Christmas presents. Here's how you can support.
It's the time of year when we want to see our children's faces light up with joy in this season of giving.
But you know what? For many families on Delmarva, that's going to be tough to do. That's why Bless Our Children campaign raises money to help make the holidays brighter for local children.
All of the money you donate goes to nonprofit organizations right here on Delmarva, which assist families in need.
You can send your donation in a holiday card, and over the next few weeks, we'll read many of them on the air.
Every penny, every single one you give helps kids right here on Delmarva because WBOC covers all administrative costs.
We're also asking businesses to help bless our children by accepting the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000. As our thank you, we'll list your business name on the Shell Brothers Honor Roll in order of amount given in increments of $1,000.
You can donate by sending a check or money order to the address on your screen, or you can use your credit card online at blessourchildren.org.
On behalf of everyone here,
thank you for helping make the holidays brighter for children on Delmarva.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
And we're just getting started tonight. More news coming up ahead, like the carbon monoxide safety, how first responders say you can stay safe from poisoning this winter. But first, we have plenty of cool things to do this weekend, some festive, some not. Stay tuned and you'll see. And Bob Trahey is tracking your forecast in the First Alert Weather Center. Some wet weather to start the weekend and a drier trend for Sunday. He will tell you all about it in just a few minutes. The snowflakes may not be falling from the sky just yet, but there's a 100% chance of snow at the Crooked Hammock every weekend this holiday season. It's all part of Holidays at the Hammock, with seasonal specials like Crooked Hot Chocolate, plus there's s'mores and a Holly Jolly brunch on Sunday. In Ocean City, the 33rd annual Winter Festive Lights just opened up. There's millions of twinkling lights, animated holiday displays, and a 50-foot Christmas tree at Northside Park. It stays open until the end of December. Milford is getting festive too with the 38th annual Festival of Trees. You can stroll through a wonderland of beautifully decorated trees and check out some local vendors. This event supports Delaware Hospice. For something a little different, check out the Nanticoke Cultural Immersion event on Saturday to learn about Nanticoke history, heritage, and traditions. It starts at 2 p.m. in Selbyville. Or you can cruise down the Broadkill River from Lewis to Milton with Cape Water tours on Saturday or Sunday. The cruise is about 90 minutes each way and it starts at 10 a.m. For more information, just head over to our website coasttv.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
We saw lots of clouds to wrap up the work week for Delmarva. Temperatures into the mid to upper 50s, 55 in Cambridge and Easton, Georgetown and Salisbury, both at 57 with Ocean City at 56. This evening, we're looking at the dry tech cam right now, and tonight into the morning hours, make sure you have your rain gear handy because we're looking at showers developing with temperatures primarily in the 50s, and the weekend is kind of 50-50. It's going to start kind of wet with Sunday definitely being the better of the 2 days. Right now, temperatures haven't really moved much all evening. We're still in the low 50s, 52 in Georgetown and Millsboro, 54 Bethany Beach, Rehoboth and Lewis right now at 53 as the winds are calm, and we're looking at a lot of clouds out there and starting to see a little bit more in the way of radar activity. Some of this precipitation may not be hitting the ground yet, but the humidity is starting to rise, and maybe a little bit of a sprinkle from Ocean View to Fenwick Island right now. But I think for the most part across Delmarva, it's dry for the time being. But you look back into Baltimore, PA, and then our nation's capital and back into West Virginia, that is hitting the ground, and that is the rain that is heading our way tonight into tomorrow morning as we have a frontal boundary to our south with low pressure, and all that rain extends all the way back into the Chicago area. So we're going to be a little wet as we go into the start of the weekend, but behind this front, it dries out just in time for the second half of the weekend. Here's Futurecast this evening. Mainly steady temperatures as the rain starts to pick up. Not especially heavy. We could pick up about a quarter to about a third of an inch of rain as we go into Saturday, and we'll continue with those on and off showers through the morning hours. Some of those could be a little heavy at times by noon. Then it starts to clear out. The winds turn to the north and temperatures fall through the 50s into the 40s. And then it's really chilly as we go into Sunday morning, as we'll see lows into the mid to upper 30s, maybe a little frost inland with 40s at the coast. And then moving into your Sunday, we're looking at pretty nice conditions, mostly sunny skies by afternoon, temperatures into the upper 50s, a little cooler at the beaches. So after tomorrow's rain chance, it dries out into early next week. But then by Tuesday into the big travel day Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I think those rain chances increase. Here's a European model as we look out towards Tuesday. We're seeing increasing showers Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. I don't think this is going to be heavy precipitation, and then I think it starts to dry out. And right now, Thanksgiving looks like it will be dry and cold, so we're crossing our fingers for a dry turkey day. It's going to be a cold end to November, Black Friday through Sunday, cold and blustery, temperatures 10 to 15 degrees below normal, and it will be staying dry. Your forecast ahead tonight, 49 with the showers developing, and then 55 tomorrow, mostly cloudy, scattered showers. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. We're looking at 56 on Monday, mostly sunny, then some showers, milder Tuesday, 63, and by Wednesday, 66. So a wet travel day, not a white one. Thanksgiving, 53, and a little colder by Black Friday with a high of 47. Shifting gears, the risks of carbon monoxide poisoning could increase along with the temperature of your home. After speaking with emergency services in the area, here's how to recognize and prevent this from happening to you. Carbon monoxide, or CO, is commonly called the silent killer because it's colorless, odorless, and tasteless. The Milton Fire Department has tips on how to stay safe as the weather cools.
This time of year, with trying to heat the home or during a natural disaster of some sort, portable generators and home generators need to make sure they're run outside and not run in your garage or run in your home. Those that run off of gasoline could be very dangerous due to exhaust. If there is a possible CO poisoning, Milton Fire EMS goes into action. Once we do our assessment of the patient, we can actually monitor the levels of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the blood. And using those clues, we can determine maybe there's some other possibility here. Reynolds says it's critical where you place a carbon monoxide detector. It is a low-lying gas, so it's going to accumulate low before it rises up high. So the detectors need to be low to the ground.
It is state protocol that every EMS provider have one of these, a CO detector, on every emergency call.
That gives us an extra level of security that if we do go into a residence, it beeps and alerts us that there is a presence of possible CO and we know to evacuate.
Dr. Nick Perchiniak with emergency medicine at Beebe & Lewis says the symptoms of CO poisoning appear common.
The most common related to carbon monoxide would be headache, dizziness, weakness, and sometimes nausea and vomiting as well.
But Perchiniak says he's seen some severe cases of poisoning.
For a more severe case, those patients have some sort of neurologic issue, so they might be altered in terms of their mental status. They could be unresponsive, could have seizure activity.
With even colder weather on the way in the coming weeks, make sure you stay alert to the symptoms of CO poisoning and call 911 if you think you have symptoms. For Coast TV, I'm Bob Trihey.
That story brings us right into our Coast TV poll tonight. We want to know, how often do you check your carbon monoxide detectors? Let's look at the results. 3% every month, 45% every year, 28% only when it's chirping, 24%, a few people don't have one. But you can still vote and let us know your answer. Go to coasttv.com or use our mobile app. Well, the State Department is starting to work on its next human rights report. A senior official says it's going to focus on freedom of speech. It is a continuation of the report that was released in August, which alleged human rights issues in allied countries. Those include the UK, France, and Germany over alleged freedom of expression restrictions. State Department officials said all parties and people should be able to speak freely. The U.S. Navy is working to recover fallen aircraft from the South China Sea. During routine operations last month, the FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jet and an MH-60 helicopter crashed within a half hour of each other. The cause has not been officially released, but President Trump told reporters that fuel problems may be responsible. All of the crew members were rescued, and so far there's confirmation that Beijing is trying to get the aircraft. Coming up next, some new research on ultra-processed foods and the forces that are keeping them on the shelves.
And we have an umbrella winner for our Friday evening. It is David Kowaleski from Milton. Congratulations to him. From Paul Davis and Coast TV, I'll have your 10-day forecast taking us into Thanksgiving a little bit later in the newscast.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
A new study shows the consumption of certain ultra-processed foods is growing everywhere around the world, and that is contributing to worldwide obesity. Dozens of global experts in nutrition examined the widespread use of ultra-processed foods and its impact on global health in a series of reports. And researchers say ultra-processed foods are highly profitable for the companies that produce them, and the scientists say the companies don't have a lot of incentive to change their ways. If anything, the study found the companies spend millions of dollars to fight government restrictions on those ultra-processed foods. Eli Lilly has just hit a major milestone. It has become the first publicly traded healthcare company to reach $1 trillion in value. The exclusive club has been dominated by tech giants like Nvidia and Microsoft. Eli Lilly's stock has surged thanks in part to its hold on the weight loss drug market. The 150-year-old company is the maker of Mounjaro and Zepbound. Well, it's a popular fitness trend. Enthusiasts are turning toward weighted vests as a way to enhance exercise, but an expert says carrying too much weight, that could lead to an injury. Tonight, Mandy Gaither gets a physical therapist to weigh in on whether you should wear a weighted vest.
It's a way to step up your workouts. Weighted vests make the body work a little harder so it can burn more calories. But should you wear one?
I would say certainly, yeah, why not?
Physical therapist Chris Kolba with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says that weighted vests can help you reach fitness goals, but he says you do need to be careful. Piling on heavy weights too quickly can lead to problems.
It's much better to start out with smaller weights, shorter distances if you're talking about walking with a weighted vest. And build up your tolerance.
Before turning to the vest, Kolba suggests doing some core strengthening and general exercise using body weight. He says that can help build a foundation for added weights.
And the stronger your core is, the better you're going to tolerate that extra load.
After that, Kolba says not to start out with a vest that exceeds 5 to 10% of your body weight, depending on your size. Instead, he says to add to the challenge by increasing the speed or distance of the walk or run. Adding hills and flat land for intervals can also help.
Don't get too aggressive. Don't get too overexcited, and don't progress your weight too fast.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Here's a look outside into Lewis. Meteorologist Bob Trihey has one more check on your forecast after this.
We'll see showers building in overnight. Make sure you have the umbrella rain gear as we go into your Saturday morning. It is going to be a wet one from 6 a.m. till about noon, and temperatures in the low to mid 50s. Then we start to see a little bit of sunshine, I think, later in the day, but the winds pick up out of the north, temperatures falling into the 40s. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. Your forecast is a call away, sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico. Your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We're in the 50s Sunday and Monday. Then showers develop Tuesday. It's milder, 63. And then Wednesday, the big travel day, 66. Cooler for Thanksgiving, 53. And then Friday and Saturday only in the 40s. 40s for highs,
Nice.
lows in the
Okay.
30s. So for Black Friday, those folks are going to have to bundle up because
Yeah.
it's going to be cold, but then it starts to warm up after that.
Yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving looked good. I always like going for a walk on Thanksgiving after I eat.
Yeah,
so I think,
to
yeah,
walk off the big meal.
I think it'll be good.
And
for
I think
that.
it's going to cooperate the weather.
All right, good. Thanks, Bob.
Sure.
And thanks to you for joining us for Coast TV News at 11. You can always find more news on our Coast TV News app. And the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We're back tomorrow, rather Sunday at 6 p.m. Have a good night.
Night.